It's only two people in the world that knows what LeBron is going to do.
I mean, with my future, I don't know, obviously. I mean, obviously we're still fresh from, obviously losing, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the future holds for me, obviously.
LeBron James is a player that can make every single player around him better.
His continuance chasing. He's chasing the chance to continue to be great.
LeBron James, I think it's all about the brand of basketball.
He is arguably the biggest and most popular and most well-known athlete to ever choose coming to Philadelphia.
2 years, $8 million. That is what it cost to bring the NBA's all-time leading scorer to Philadelphia. The league lost its mind. Number one, the deal nobody saw coming. Here is what actually happened, because the number is the story. On July 24th, LeBron James posted to social media that he was leaving the Los Angeles Lakers and signing with the Philadelphia 76ers. He called it, in his own words, his last decision. 2 days later, on July 26th, he officially signed the contract. 2 years, $8 million, with a player option. Now hold that against what he was making. He was set to earn a reported $53 million with the Lakers this season. He walked away from roughly $49 million of it. He is 41 years old. He turns 42 in December, and this will be his 24th NBA season, which is a league record. Nobody has ever played that long. The reaction was not normal. Within hours of the announcement, the governor of Pennsylvania declared July 24th, LeBron James Day, across the entire state. Not the city, the state, for a free agent signing. And the man is walking into a locker room that already had Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and Jaylen Brown, the 2024 Finals MVP, who arrived from Boston earlier this month. Philadelphia has not won a championship since 1983. So when the league reacted, it reacted hard, and it split straight down the middle. Number two, the Philadelphia voices. Start with the people who actually have to share a floor with him, because their reaction is the least filtered. Tyrese Maxey is a two-time All-Star point guard. He shares an agency with LeBron, and by every account in this story, he was the man doing the recruiting. He posted a video of himself in the gym, and he is not composed. He is screaming, just what? What? Over and over. He captioned a follow-up post comparing himself to a college coach on signing day. That is a grown professional athlete losing it in an empty gym because his own recruiting pitch landed. Then there is Allen Iverson, and this one hits different. Iverson is the franchise. 11 seasons in Philadelphia, an MVP, 4 scoring titles, and the man who dragged a nothing roster to the 2001 Finals and stole a game from a Lakers team that lost one all postseason. He is the most beloved athlete in that building's history, and he never got the ring. His post was 4 words and a hashtag, I love life. And when he spoke about it afterwards, he said he did not think the world was ready, that when you bring in this type of guy, it is an excitement, and the sky is the limit. Here is why that matters more than it looks. Iverson has nothing to gain. He is not on the roster. He is not getting a ring out of it. He is a retired legend watching somebody else get handed the thing he spent his whole career chasing in that city, and his reaction was pure joy. But the further you got from Philadelphia, the more complicated it got. Number 3, the peers. Now here is where it gets interesting, because the players who are still in the league went a completely different direction than the analysts did. Kevin Durant is a 2-time champion, a 2-time Finals MVP, a former league MVP, and this is the part that matters. He is the man who has spent a decade absorbing the exact accusation now being thrown at LeBron. When Durant signed with a 73-win Golden State team in 2016, Ring Chaser followed him for years. So when he defended LeBron, he was not defending an abstraction. His argument was that everybody in the NBA is chasing something, rings, shots, or money, and that the men who played 15+ years and gave everything to the sport have earned the right to chase whatever they want. His line was that the rest of it is noise, that you see it differently when you live it instead of spectate it, and that LeBron embodies the game of basketball. That is the single most credible voice on this specific charge in the entire sport, and he came down on LeBron's side without being asked. Draymond Green went somewhere else entirely. 4 championships, a Defensive Player of the Year, and a man who has never once softened anything. His take was that he was not blindsided, that he knows people who know people, and he knew this was in the works. Then he said the part nobody else did. He does not think LeBron was ever able to get over the history with Golden State, and he understands it. That is not a reaction to the signing. That is a reaction to a road not taken. Number 4, the men who played with him. Then you get the former teammates, and they are the ones who go furthest. Kendrick Perkins won a championship in Boston and played alongside LeBron in Cleveland. On ESPN, he did not hedge even slightly. He called it a dynasty, said Philadelphia can win a championship this year, and said the first thing that came to his mind was that the curse is over in Philly, that the process is actually over. Iman Shumpert was on the 2016 Cleveland team that came back from 3-1, so he has stood next to LeBron in the highest stakes situation of his career. His read was quieter and probably smarter. He said LeBron's love for the game has always trumped everything, that guys like this want to be challenged, and that going to Philadelphia to end that drought is a challenge, and LeBron might be the perfect ingredient for it. Notice what is happening. The people who have actually been in a huddle with him are describing a competitor. The people who have not are about to describe something else entirely. Number 5, Shaquille O'Neal and the defense that costs him something. Shaq is the interesting one because his defense of LeBron implicates Shaq. 4 championships, 3 straight finals MVPs, one of the most dominant players who ever lived. And at the end of his career, he signed with the Boston Celtics, a contender he had spent his prime fighting, to try to get one more. Speaking on the Stephen A. Smith show, he said he did not like people calling LeBron a ring chaser. His framing was that it is continuous chasing the chance to keep being great, to keep adding to the legacy. If a man feels he has 2 or 3 years left, why not try to get another championship? And then he said the quiet part. I did it with Boston. That is a Hall of Famer defending somebody by admitting he is the same. It is the least self-serving thing anybody said this week, and it is the strongest argument in the whole story. Number 6, the other side. Now here is where it gets ugly because the criticism was not gentle. Skip Bayless has been arguing about LeBron James for over 20 years, and he went straight at the number. He said this was not about money and not about basketball happiness. That LeBron took the all-time plunge from $53 million down to basically the veteran's minimum and chose to ring chase. Charles Barkley, MVP, 11-time All-Star, and a man with no ring of his own, called it unfair. His line was that LeBron did not build a team, he manufactured one. And then Vince Carter, an 8-time All-Star with a 22-season career of his own, said the hardest thing anybody said. He called it cheating, not a figure of speech. He said good luck to the rest of the NBA, that it is cheating because LeBron does not have to do much and can still be him. And now your 5th starter has to guard one of those guys. That is the accusation in its cleanest form. Not that he is finished, that he is so obviously not finished that stacking him on top of a finals MVP and a former league MVP is unfair to everybody else, which if you sit with it for a second, is a strange kind of compliment to pay a 41-year-old. Number 7, what all of them were actually saying. Stephen A. Smith summed up the mood better than anybody, and he did it by admitting he had no idea it was coming. He said if LeBron was going back east, he assumed he would go home, and that choosing Philadelphia was a shock amongst shockers. So here is where it lands. 2 camps, and they are not really arguing about the same thing. One side is looking at the roster and calling it manufactured. The other side is looking at the contract. And the contract is the part that will not go away. If a man is taking the easy road, he does not take a 92% pay cut to do it. Nobody hands back $49 million for a shortcut. Whatever else this is, it cost him more than it cost anybody else in the conversation. He wrote it down himself. He said he thought he was done when the season ended, that he was pretty sure he had played his last game. And then he said he was not going for money, and he was not going for family, and asked what he was really playing for at this point. His answer was that he still wants to sacrifice, still wants to grind, still wants the feeling of winning another one. The governor of a state declared a holiday. A retired legend who never got his ring posted "I love life." A rival who spent 10 years wearing the same accusation stood up and defended him unprompted. And a Hall of Famer defended him by admitting he did the exact same thing. When the best players in the world go out of their way to say your name, not because they were asked, but because they watched you play, that tells you something. And this time, even the ones calling it cheating were really just saying he is still that good. So what is it for you? Ultimate competitor or ring chaser? Drop it in the comments because this one genuinely splits the room. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button and subscribe so you do not miss the next one. This is Trophy Life, and we'll see you in the next one.